Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up?
Oh,
Good to see everybody on this fine Tuesday.
Yeah, I'm excited about this one. We had an extended weekend. There's a lot of people doing a whole lot of things, and we can't sort through all of the things that everybody's doing without having on somebody special to help us have that conversation. Everybody give a warm welcome to Mr. Mark J Larson Outdoors.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, Mark, appreciate you joining us. You want to tell everybody about yourself?
thank you for having me, guys. Man, I really appreciate it. This is the second time I've been on here with you guys, but yeah, I mean, I think most people in here probably know me. I hope they do. If you don't, go check me out. But do a lot of trapping, and hunting, and fishing, and everything else, and building, and doing a pallet. My basement's done finally, all in pallet wood
He
and
built
everything.
himself a bar out of pallets.
Yeah. That's
Spoiler
awesome.
alert.
The bar is built out of pallets.
Mm-hmm.
I got a video on. There's a video on my channel of me building this bar. It's completely built out of pallets. Everything down here is.
The ceiling, the walls, everything.
Yeah, I got the doors done, and I got a video ready, but I don't have it edited yet. And I had some other reviews to do and everything. I want to get that fishing video out, but I will be posting a video on the doors. They're done. They're hung. They're nice. Sliding doors, barn doors,
That's all made out of pallets too?
everything.
That's so rad.
Pretty neat.
Very cool.
So, can you tell us who you're stealing the pallets from, or is that private?
I get them from my
I
work.
wouldn't let my source. No, I wouldn't let mine go. Just for the record.
No, I get them from where I work. I work in a food plant, so I mean, it's just all pallets that the ingredients come in on that we don't reuse. I mean, we have to use special pallets that we ship our product out on. So
Right.
all these pallets that come in with with ingredients, they're free to take. So
Nice.
There's
When we were
several
doing
places.
Wellhead, we had all the pallets coming through. Same thing, big stacks of pallets, and we'd have them all coming through. And man, like we're dealing with 800-pound piece of wellhead that's going to sit on this pallet, and it just you fumbling around with a forklift, it destroys the pallet.
it's gonna crunch
It
it.
didn't
Yeah.
matter. Those things would be half destroyed, but that was company property until it left the trash can when the dumpster guy picked it up. Company property, you weren't allowed to take those. They're real stupid about some things.
Yeah, there's several businesses in our area that'll let you have them.
We recycle them. I mean, they recycle them. I mean, they stack them up, all the old pallets, and just throw them on a trailer, and then they send them to somewhere they get refurbished or whatever. But I mean, if I go through them before they go on that trailer, I can take what I want.
Nice. Nice.
Yep. Pickle Outdoors
Pickle.
just dropped your link. Thank you,
Yeah,
Pickle.
thanks, Pickle.
Thanks,
Hey, go to
Pickle.
that link. It's a brand new fishing video. It's a good one.
Very
Yeah, if you haven't seen that, Mark catches probably the biggest catfish that I've seen this year. If anybody's seen something bigger? I don't recall somebody catching a bigger catfish.
It's actually the biggest fish I've ever caught.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the biggest fish I've ever caught, and the first time I've ever caught blue catfish. But
It almost equaled my biggest blue catfish by a couple pounds. I was like, God dang, his first one, he's going to max. Now it's all downhill from here, Mark.
oh, it was fun, man. That was a blast. I think before that, I think the biggest fish I had was I had a 20-pound lake trout. That was the biggest fish I've ever caught. But
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm still envious of that one. I've done some big catfish. We catch them out of the creeks down here every now and then. It's going to be pushing right where you're at. I don't know if it's big or not. I never put a tape to them, but regardless, awesome size fish, something to be proud of for sure. Anybody who has not seen that video, you need to check it out. It's a good one. I have to question your, and I'm sorry, I've got to razz you about this. I've got to question your use of time lapse. You did a little bit different than how I did mine.
I don't know why it just there was a couple times I filmed and I went and shut the camera off and it showed it was on time lapse. I don't know if I touched something or what. It really upset me kind of, but because my friend, that was guiding me, it kind of missed the other 20-pounder that he caught.
Yeah.
I got it on my video editor and I slowed it down as much as I possibly could.
Throw a
And
little bit of music over that so it's not just dead silent space. That's
music and have it fade from, or what you do, I'm not kidding, go out into your backyard and record some slow motion shots of your feet just walking on the ground, you know, like maybe go get like splash in a puddle somewhere or something, and then have that smooth transition
I'm not
between the shots.
I'm not like you, Stanley. I'm not. I don't have that much.
That's a whole nother level.
Yeah, you're a different level than me on the editing for sure.
All I would say is just if it ever happens to you again, throw a little music over it. People won't even know.
Yeah.
Oh, that's unique. He's doing this time lapse with some music.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do something like that, it'll probably, I'd hate probably YouTube stuff, but it'll probably up your analytics, your watch time thing. Everybody being like, wow, this is different.
Yeah.
They'll go back and rewatch that part.
Or they'll hit me with a claim.
Oh, yeah. No, use some of the YouTube music. It's okay.
Yeah.
I haven't even mastered that yet. Man, you're talking to a rookie here. My editing's terrible.
Oh, nah, yeah, your editing, it's right there, dude. There's nothing wrong with your editing.
Yeah, but there's a lot of things I don't know for sure.
Join the
They
club.
put a claim on me on my trailer video because I put that music off of my editing software and I got a claim on it.
Oh, jeez.
So I had to share it. I said, yeah, I'll share the 25 cents, whatever. Good enough.
Yeah, you can grab. So YouTube has some free music that you can grab, and usually no problem with that stuff. So Scully Nation said he did that for half of a flounder video. Ouch.
Yeah. Well, and who here has not caught that amazing fish, like maybe that 30-inch black drum out on the Packery Channel jetty, where some guy went down there to help you with the net, you slipped and fell down the rocks, but you managed to get it up out of the rocks only to find out that you had the lens cover on your camera.
Yeah.
Ooh, I haven't done that one.
Yes, you have. Are you kidding?
No.
Who here has not had the lens
I
cover?
don't use lens covers on my camera.
I don't have a lens cover, actually. I got an old GoPro. I got a GoPro 7 white, so it's an old one. I don't even have a cover.
No,
That's
I got
GoPro
a
mistake
4, too.
101.
I got a 3+, a 4. I threw away the 5. It was so bad. And then my newest one is a 9. So I usually use the 9 and the 4 now. But
I think I'm going to buy an 8. 8 black is what I think I'm going to buy.
I'm really looking hard at that new 11. Really looking hard.
I know most of them, if you like quick tap the power button, it switches from video to photo and time lapse.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
But I didn't think I did that. I mean, I thought I just turned it on and.
Yeah. See, I usually have mine set up so that it's that instant on. So all you do is push the record button and it automatically turns on and starts recording. Hit it again and it automatically turns off. So you don't have to turn it on and then hit record.
Oh, I had the power on and I had it mounted on my flexible arm on the windshield of his boat, so all I had to do is put it on. But I must have, like Grant said, I must have hit it twice and it went to time lapse or whatever.
That's weird. Yeah. That's weird.
It's like Nick and
you get in the heat of the moment like that. I mean, we were pretty excited. Yeah. It was fun.
Yeah, that's the only other thing I've thought about, Stanley, is that 360. I would really like to do that. So I'm up in the air.
I'd like to compare
11 or 360.
I have some reservations about the footage on the 360. I'd like to see it up. I'd like to see the footage from mine versus whatever the newest, bestest one thing is or whatever, because I've got some shots. I've got some videos filmed with it, and man, you can tell the difference between the GoPro footage and my phone. And I'm like, is it because they're using 2 lesser cameras on the 360? Or is this just like as good as GoPro gets? I don't know. I'm just curious. I'd like to see.
Yeah, I don't know. I know.
Is that what you get?
Between my 4 and my 9, there's a big difference.
Don't you have the Max 360 or something, Grant?
I do.
That's what I thought.
Yeah,
I've seen the DJI Osmos, but I'm so used to GoPros, and anytime I see the comparison videos between the Osmos and the GoPros, it's either a wash, well, this is good, but that's good, or they prefer the GoPro. So I think I'm sticking with GoPros. I'm old, I don't like to change how I do shit. So
I'm just waiting for them to put out like the next step of it. I was making a joke to somebody like just a couple days ago where it's like, can I just get, would it be so hard to get like an 8K 512 FPS, 3000 bit rate with super image stabilization and low light sensor camera for under $1,000?
No, you can't do that. You can't do that.
No.
You need a 3.5 millimeter jack.
Yeah. You can get all that, but not for under $1,000. That GoPro 11 now is 5.3K, I think. Which to me it doesn't make sense because everything's right now at the most when you're viewing is typically 4K. So if I did,
the value is being able to zoom in when you edit.
Yeah,
so that you can, you don't have to capture the shot.
It has some really good ultra slow mo, like I think it's 200 and something FPS. So that's pretty good at 5K, I guess, or 4K. I don't know which one that is. But I've been looking at it. Pretty nice.
Yeah, I've been thinking about getting a bigger camera just so I can do zoom in shots for longer distances, and then another GoPro too, but because you can't see anything far away with a GoPro. I'm not using a computer or whatever camera here. I've got a Canon Rebel EOS 6 Ti, whatever, that I haven't hooked up to do just this. I can take it out and shoot and everything else, but I use it for this. That way it focuses better for me. You know what I mean? And it's easy. It doesn't run the battery because I got a power cord that it's like a dummy battery is inside it that's powering it, so it doesn't kick off on you. It's not recording because the program we do this on records, so I'm not using any SD card. So it's basically it's like a regular camera for your computer, but it's a lot more high speed.
Makes you look a lot prettier.
I need all the help I can get.
Go back to the old 480 DPI days. You'll be able to look a lot better. It's the resolution is killing you now.
Yeah.
So on that note, now that we have alienated everybody who isn't like making YouTube videos with all the GoPro talk, which I really enjoyed, like I'm totally into the conversation. Let's say hi to some of the people we got in the chat here.
Absolutely.
Who all do we have? Grant, you want to run it down? I'm going to throw on some. I want some more.
I'll pull up the participants list here. Make sure I get everybody. Dolly Llama Gods, Henry Mosley, Lonesome Not I, Nicholas Pool Yacht Outdoors, Outdoors Fishing Dream. Good morning, sir. Peter Orchard was in here earlier.
There he is.
I missed Peter. I didn't see him.
Pickle Outdoors.
There he is.
We Go Fishing. I got some of theirs over here. I got a sticker from them.
Nice.
Very nice.
Is that a decal?
It's a sticker.
And Peter Orchard Studios designed that one.
Nice.
Oh, I like the connection there.
Yeah. I had to pick up a shirt myself just for that. I'm envious of that. The rest of the panel didn't get theirs yet.
Why is everybody sending you the decals, Grant? That's what I want to know.
I don't want to stick them all on the wall, but
you have all your mounts.
I'm gonna have to get a poster board or.
I've been thinking about doing that.
I gotta say this, guys. Don't let him fool you right now. He usually has deer heads and
I know it.
mounts all behind him. All I got is a wall with a couple pictures. There, that's the best one yet.
There you go.
I'll send you a better one. All I got is a blank wall with a couple pictures on it. I could really use decals, and I got my new boat cooler that I started putting decals on. So I'm just saying.
That's where all mine are. Mine are all on my cooler.
Yeah.
You need to save me a spot on your wall back there, John. So I'm making a Patreon shipment here really quick. I'm piling the whole thing up because I want to do a second one for Christmas. But as part of the Patreon thing is like all my YouTuber friends and stuff. Anybody whose address I've been able to physically steal over the years, I'm going to be shipping out some stuff. And I got something for your back wall.
I'm ready for it.
And if anybody wants in on that shipment, you can slip right in the door if you want to join the Patreon crew real quick. I got no problems with that.
Where is all your mounts at, Grant? Did you? I know you were redoing the kitchen, right, or whatever.
Yep. And Wild Japan. I did not say Wild Japan. Good to see you as well. This is my new, studio, whatever. It's nice and quiet. And I'm in my
No dogs.
Our spare bedroom. Don't have to worry about the dogs.
Ooh, he's got his own office, his own studio. Ooh,
Might get me a fancy camera like John. Who knows?
That's next.
Yeah.
Look, I'm in my own little. So this is my work desk and my studio, and right here's my rod building table. So I'm cramped in. You just can't tell by the video.
I'm in the same boat. I'm at the dining room table. Have been for like 5 years now.
Yeah.
I'm going to be stealing my daughter's room. She's got the sunroom. And I get to steal that and have that as my studio. And it was the very first room I remodeled. It had the best remodel out of the entire house. It's gorgeous in there. But in order to move her out, I've got to completely redo the guest room. Just top to bottom. We got to remodel it so that she can move into a comfortable room. And then I get to have her room, which is why I've been at the dining room table for years, because I can't get that job.
At least you don't have that sun right in your. You
I
got
hung a
that
towel
figured
in
out.
the window.
Ah, there you go. That'll fix it.
I'm where I want to be. Fridge is right here.
down in the
You
bar.
got the best stuff.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I
That's
got
great.
the laptop sitting on the bar, and my fridge is right there. I'm pretty good right
Oh,
here.
that's perfect. See, I got to physically get up and go refresh my drink if I need to.
Yeah, I don't even have to get up.
Nice. Very nice. Let's real quick. We were here last Tuesday. Well, I wasn't here last Tuesday. I was under the weather, but I'm good now. Stanley, Grant, everybody in the chat, Mark, what the hell y'all been up to since the last Tuesday? Grant, what have you been up to, man?
I got this room done. I got a few other things done. I did go pick up it's a parking permit, boat permit there's 3 lakes, about an hour to an hour and a half north of here. And you have to have a permit, either a day pass or week pass or year. So I went and picked up a year pass up there. So got that. 3 new spots to go fish. I've never fished 2 out of the 3. One of them I have fished before, but it's been a while.
That's always cool. What about Garden?
Garden has been doing about the same. It's hot. We did get some rain the last couple of days.
Man, we haven't. We're dry. We're dry.
What
Yeah,
is this
we
thing
had
you say?
been.
Rain. What is that?
Yeah, we're not getting it up here.
No,
We got about a quarter of an inch in the rain
wow,
gauge.
we're
this
severe
morning.
drought now.
Really.
Yeah, we're really
Lakes are
dry.
falling out. Yeah. Stanley, what you been up to?
Man, I had plans. I had a 4-day weekend.
Ooh.
So I was like, I'm going to go out for 4 days and fish this amazing, gorgeous conditions that we have out on Padre Island. The wind is down, the water is clear, there's no surf. People are getting some big damn fish out on Padre Island. As you'll see here shortly, I just wasn't one of them. I ended up remodeling bedrooms in the house all weekend long, and not one of them was the damn guest room so that I can get out of my corner here. So
You gotta do what you gotta do. What about you, Mark? For the last week or so, what you been? We know about the fishing trip already. So what?
Yeah,
else you been
well,
up to?
last Friday I had the day off work, and it was opening day for dove season here, so didn't turn out very good. No footage. I mean, we shot very little. We were on a state ground deal, and man, they just weren't here. I think it got too cold. We had a bunch of cold nights, and I think they just started migrating because they were all over before that, and then a week before, and then pretty soon nothing. But then like Saturday and Sunday, two different friends had parties for the weekend, and it was just all downhill from there. But
We did set a new record here. We got, I think it's like 6,500 plus days this summer so far. A new record since they've been recording it, and we still the rest of the next 7 days are all going to be 100 or above. So
man, I feel sorry for you. I can't do that.
ridiculously hot. I did accomplish some stuff. So I've been, you all know about the Aquaholic, the boat that's down at the coast needing some work. The trailer's been in my driveway. I had to send back the master cylinder, brake cylinder, because they sent me a bad one, and it's all done. I got it done. I got it inspected. I got it registered. And so next Monday, me and Audrey are off. So we're going to do a turn and burn. We're going to leave early Monday morning, go to the boathouse. They're going to load it on the trailer with the slings for us. Then we're going to go the other side of Corpus Christi over to Flower Bluff, drop it off at the mechanic, give them all our money, and then then the boat will start getting worked on finally. So that's where we're at. So that's why I've been up to that and working on a project for my daughter.
How's that going, by the way?
Well, so she works for a high school. She's a head athletic trainer. So a 6A high school, really good school. So all their sports stuff, they have these watering mechanisms because of this freaking heat. They call them water cows. And they've had wiring and plumbing issues with old ones. So she brought 2 of them over. I got one of them, I replumbed it, rewired it, put a new pump on it. And we got that one back to her a few days ago. And then I got one more in the garage, like that one I got to fix. And then they got some smaller ones that's got some wiring issues she's going to bring over after I fix the second one and fix that one. So it's out of pocket. That one probably cost me about $200. And of course, it's considered a donation to the school athletics, which I don't mind because they're worth donating to.
Right.
Very nice. What's up, Danny?
That's when I got most of the work done down here, was when it was over 100 degrees outside. I was like,
Yeah.
it's nice and cool down here. That's when I was working down here.
The only other thing I've been doing, and there'll be a video later, but new drone.
Ooh, awesome.
The Ruco, they sent it to me and asked me to do a video for them. I've done a little bit of flying just to get familiarized with it. This weekend, we do a bunch of old retired Army guys get together at the lake for the weekend. A couple pontoon boats. So I'm going to bring it up there and get some good footage for them and then put together a video for them.
Cool.
Nice.
We'll be a discount code too, just, if you're looking for a new drone.
I'm looking into something like that real soon, because last year it was so muddy with the coyote trap, and that if I had a drone, I could just send it down the fence row and check the traps and bring it back. I wouldn't have to drive out there.
That would be an awesome idea. Yeah, I hadn't even thought of that.
Yeah.
Make that a lot easier.
It'd be a great tool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Gonna go ahead and get my license because this is a bigger drone than what I've been flying. So there's some legal requirements since, I do videos and all that. So if I get my license to fly it, then I'll probably do some of that stuff like Stanley talked about, where there's websites where you can just go and purchase drone clips from certain areas to put in your own videos. I'll probably start posting some to those kind of sites.
I love watching the drone footage in people's videos. That's pretty cool.
Me too.
I'm super envious of that one. I got a drone. I'm not good at it. I hate it. Actually, I get Peter, my brother here in the chat. I get him. He comes down a couple times a year, and I hire him to just go out to the beach and just fly the drone around, get me some B-roll that I can use in future videos.
Yeah.
Like every time he comes down, I try to get him to do that for me.
Mm-hmm.
So anybody in the chat talking about what they've been doing lately?
We got a ton of people.
Yeah, it looked like Karen got her PB.
She got a bull. She got a bull
red and PB 19-inch flounder.
Ooh, the flounder would be a PB for me too, because I ain't got a keeper flounder yet.
I think I've seen that video. Was that
We Go Fishing?
It was We Go Fishing.
He's been pulling them back to back. I don't know if he's done a video on this.
Or maybe it was who was it? It was some other channel. I know I seen your comment on there too, Stanley. Was it something bait? Or no, who was it? Coastal Carolina Fishing or
Coastal Fishing TV?
Maybe. Somebody they caught a big red and some other different stuff. They caught a ton of stuff. It was called Texas Slamming.
Then it was them, because they did do a video on Texas Slam. I don't know if that included her bull red, but yeah.
Yeah, that was a previous trip. This was a whole other. Trip. She
they one upped it.
I watched that video. That was cool. That was cool, man. They caught some nice fish.
We need some details, Ben. You caught the same trout twice. One, how'd you do that? And two, how'd you know it was the same trout?
We've got that coming up, Ben. I got that picture in the slideshow.
Okay. We're waiting for Ben to answer that one. Oh, my bad.
All good. Golf Farmer said, entered some zucchini bread, chocolate chip cookies, and oatmeal raisin cookies in the state fair. Hoping to know the results tomorrow when they drop off 11 rabbits for the 5-day stay. Let us know how that goes.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're hoping you win, obviously. I mean,
Good luck.
But we're happy
That's
to celebrate.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going back to the chat here, see what I missed.
So Pickle went to Lake Ontario and caught some salmon.
Nice.
Yeah, we got that coming up here.
Did I see fishing without a boat in here or no?
Danny's in here, yeah.
Okay.
They were.
All right.
Oh.
Yeah, whenever you
line getting that
Active
trout.
Channel, North Jetty.
Oh, shoot. Sorry, I switched over for you.
There's no water. Yeah, I was fishing.
Oh man.
Did you get a video of that, Ben, by chance? Because
Yeah,
that's
I like to see that.
you know, that's the kind of, you see, I'm a YouTuber, like I'm sitting here, I'm itching at the thought of like, if there's a video of that, that's where the money is in those unique circumstances.
Nice.
Your line snapped. Oh man.
Yeah, that's food.
Ooh, that sounds good.
So for everybody's reference, what pound test were you using on the jetty so that we all know what not to do?
That jetties are unforgiving.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are.
What do
I'll
you
break
use,
60 pound
Stanley?
test.
Do you use braid or what do you use down there?
I use it kind of depends on what I'm fishing for, but if I'm like going heavy duty, if I'm out at the end of the Port Range jetty and I'm fishing big, I will go 60 to 80 pound braid to 60, 80 pound fluoro, but I'm going to pack a lot of fluoro. I'm going to pack like 150 yards of fluoro on that reel. I don't want the braid touching the rocks.
Right.
Yeah, braid is great except for in situations where you're going to be running across rocks.
Fluoro will cut pretty easy though too, won't it? Or not?
Not as bad as the
braid.
braid. The braid's, or the fluoro's more abrasion resistant.
Mono
That's what I use on
Fluoro.
mine. I use braid on all my rods, and then I use a fluoro leader. But I don't know.
That's what I do with most
Not
everything.
80 pounds. I mean, I'm talking 12 pound braid on my reels and 10 pound.
Normally
fluoro.
I'm doing 15 or 20. I mean, that's just regular stuff. And if I'm at the beach, if I'm fishing at the beach, same thing. I'll use 15, 20 pound, but I'm still going to do 150 yards of fluoro because I don't want the braid touching the sand. Like the sand will cut through that braid like sandpaper.
I think when we were catfishing, my buddy I think he had 30 pound braid on the rods, and then he had 50 pound braid for leaders, which that's what he did. I don't know. He knows more about it than I do. He's been guiding for a long time. So.
Yeah, I don't argue with people when they do. You'll hear weird things like that, and I always kind of am like, oh, that's different. That's interesting. But if they put in 10, 20 years and they know what they're doing, like, you know better than I do.
My rigs in the surf are typically braid with a mono leader. No issues yet.
Like that. I just don't want that braid touching the sandbar. I don't want it touching anything.
He says mono has a stretch I prefer, lonesome not I. And that certain situations you want that stretch, but there are situations that you don't want to stretch.
Right. I'm so used to fishing with braid now that I'm used to, you don't get that stretch, and you'll jerk your lips off without it if you
got 100 yards of line out there and it's all mono. That stretch works against you when you're trying to get a hook set.
Definitely.
It's all situational.
Also, the line memory is something that aggravates me. I want the braid going into the water. For one, you can pack more line on there so you can get more distance on it. But then for two, you've got a straight shot line down into the water, whereas if you've got a reel full of fluoro or mono, you're going to have that twirl all the way down.
Coil, yeah.
And it's like you're not going to be able to feel what's on the other line until they've really got a big bite on it. And then also you've got the stretch where you go to do the hook set.
Right. And I like the fluoro for the, it's clear. It's basically invisible. That's why I use it for leaders for me. But
Yeah, that's what it's for. I agree. I wouldn't. I had a. I thought it'd be neat to put floral on a inshore rod that I had, straight floral. Man, I first time I ever heard of or got wind knots. I heard people talk about them before with the spinning reel, getting wind knots. I'd never had a wind knot until I tried to fish with straight floral. I was like, okay, I'm not doing that no more. I went back to braid and there's a floral leader.
I've never heard of it either. What just since I got you guys on here, what hand do you reel with a spinning reel?
Left.
Me too. Yeah, me too. I reel with my left.
Yeah,
Did you hear me tell that kid? I was like, you got your handle on the wrong side. Did you hear me tell him that when I was pulling in that big fish?
Yeah. But almost,
I've got Janet set up on the right because she likes it on the right.
same with God.
I was struggling, man. I was like, gee, this sucks. You know?
You give somebody who reels with the right hand, you give them with it on the left. That's when you see people turning reels upside down and ridiculous.
I reel with my left with a spinning reel, but I reel with my right with a bait caster. Is that what you do?
That's because most of them are right-handed, except I did get myself a nice little pin, and it's a left-hander. But most bait casters are right-handed. I can reel with either
or you
hand.
can change them. You can switch them over to either way, but
yeah, not those ones you can't.
Yeah, I think most bait casters.
I just wondered because everybody, my brother says the same thing. You know, he's used some of my rods. He's like, you got the reel on the handle on the wrong side. I'm like, I think you're backwards, man. I'm right-handed, but I reel with my left hand.
Yeah, because you want to control the rod with your right hand, your dominant hand. That's for me.
That's how I cast. I cast with my right and reel with my left.
Yeah, so if you cast with your right, then you got to switch the rod to your left hand to reel, and that time you could miss something, you know? So,
all right, good.
I'm also.
I thought maybe I was a freak.
No,
good.
I've been ambidextrous most of my life, so I can reel with either hand. So a lot of times I'll just leave them set up for the right hand for everybody else. I can still reel it in; it doesn't bother me.
It was tough bringing in that catfish with reeling with my right hand. I told him, I'm like, you got the handle on the wrong side.
This is amazing. I didn't realize this. Oh, sorry, I'm switching off there.
No, you're right.
We've got several right-handers in the chat, and I don't know how I feel about this. Like, these are people that I know, I trust. I thought I was, close friends with.
Yeah, there's a lot of them sitting right.
Just questioning your friendships. I don't care what hand you reel with, but don't complain about it. If we're going out and you're going to use
just don't do it upside down.
Set it up to reel with whatever hand you want to set it up.
You know what? I thought about it, but I was like, oh, this is going to look stupid.
Oh my God! I'm going to do that in a video. I'm going to on a crazy day. I'm going to get like a Big Johnson T-shirt and some stupid dad shorts or something, and I'm going to go take a Shakespeare rod and I'm going to flip the thing upside down.
Look,
just to see if anybody would help me. If anybody would.
This is not a lie, and it might have been the time we fished Packery together, Stanley. But there was a guy down a little farther from us fishing, and he was catching some croaker and maybe whiting, something. He was catching something, and he's reeling upside down, right, with a spin reel. So I'm like, look, he's catching fish and just knows what he's doing, kind of. So I go over there and I said, hey, you can move that reel handle to the other side. Oh, no, I'm just used to doing it like this. I was like, okay. I just walked away. I'm like, that's not what the rod is designed for. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, I don't even, I can't argue with that. If you learn something, you learn something. That's fine. But man, you're going against like all the positives of why it's built the way that it is.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And you see people doing that on video sometimes, turning it upside down, and it's like they'll hand the rod to somebody else and reel the fish in, and they turn it. Change the handle. You can move it to the other side.
He told me that. He goes, if I'd have known that, I would have changed the handles. But I'm like, it's your boat, it's your gear, whatever. I got through it, but it was hard to play that fish with that way.
I'm sure as a guide, he's probably got to deal with that a lot, though. Different people
you
boat with him.
Like
I
don't know
think
about you
there's a
guys,
lot
but
more
on
people
mine,
that
there is
reel
some
with their
sport.
right. I really do. I mean, or maybe they just don't know any better. I don't the people he guides, but I think there's probably more people that reel with their right than there is with their left. Maybe because my brother does it, and we're twins. But I don't know.
That's crazy.
And I shoot pool left-handed. That's about the only thing I do left-handed. But
Yeah, I eat left-handed typically. I used to do almost everything with my left hand, but about
I
time I
don't
got
eat
to be a
left-handed.
teenager, I started using my right hand for more stuff. So I write right-handed.
yeah,
Yeah, I write right-handed.
I do too.
yeah. I don't know who's right or who's wrong. I don't.
For me, when I was growing up, a lot of my fishing was northern New Mexico in streams for trout, and it was one of those things where you had to cast in a pinpoint accuracy cast in this little spot and be really ready to right away. You know what I mean? So cast, crank. There was no switch hand, so I can now crank with this hand.
Right.
That was my excuse for why I reel with my left hand.
I guess it'd depend on your dominant eye there, Wild Japan. Just like
For
if
shooting,
you shoot, I mean, you'd have to shoot with your dominant eye.
Yeah. Shots fired.
I'm in on this.
I
I'm
think the
happy
only
to
wrong
have, yeah,
way.
I'm happy to do that one.
There we go.
You're right, you're wrong. Right, real
That's
wrong.
sweet.
How about that?
I was almost afraid to bring it up, but
No, that's a good one.
That's a great topic of
Yeah, it is
conversation.
a
Yeah,
great
I wish
topic.
I wish you'd have let us know before we started the whole thing. We could have made that a topic because that would have been a very easy conversation to have.
I didn't know what the topic was. I mean, I see my face on there, and it's like something about the rules. I'm like, what did I do? Did I bend the rules, or did I break the rules, or what?
Yeah, I wouldn't hear
Actually,
the
you
rules
kicked
too.
us off into the rules conversation. I like that because there is a little bit of a rule to the reels. Like when you go to the store, the majority of them that you find, you're going to find the handle on the left side just naturally.
Spinning rules. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. Even I bet you find that the same thing with the open face. I bet they're the same way. I haven't looked.
The
into
little
one
like
of them.
Zebco 30s and that. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. They're left-hand rule also. So there you go. If
If I ever bend the rules, I don't put it on my videos. Trust me.
if the Zebco for
Yeah.
teaching kids how to fish that we grew up on are left-handed, then obviously you're supposed to reel with your left hand. There you go. Bottom line, folks.
I agree.
Yep. There you
Yeah,
go.
see, I think it depends on the Zebco. I think if the Zebco
Well, I don't sell.
is on top of the rod, the reel's on the right side.
No, push a button and cast and reel with this hand. I'm pretty sure.
I
You
don't
don't
know.
change hands after you cast, do you?
Yeah, the
I got
ones
I got a couple out in the garage. I'd have to go look at those, but
Yeah, but
I don't use them. I don't use them that often.
Maybe they are right. I don't know.
Hey, let's look. I got it right here. So let's take a look and see at. I'll share my screen.
Every single rod I got is interchangeable. So I mean, bait caster or spinning rod. Here we
Look
go.
at that. They are on the right side.
They're all incorrect.
They're all wrong.
They're preparing kids for an open, like a bait caster rod. That's all.
Yeah.
They're setting them up to
Even
fail.
the spinning reel.
There you go.
Even the spinning reel is wrong.
Oh,
That one's definitely wrong.
maybe we're all wrong. I don't know.
No.
No, it's got to be all of them.
Every single one. Okay, let's take a look at let's look at a nice Shimano spinning reel.
Yeah, maybe they're smarter. There it is.
The first one. There you go.
They're all on the
Yeah.
left side.
Got one backwards.
Well, there's
That
one.
one.
Yeah, there's one
Yeah.
backwards. That's a
But
left-handed.
yeah, all the rest of them. And notice it's the $20 job.
It's that's weird. I never really thought about, but they always 90% of the time sell spinning reels with the reel on the left side, but all the bait casts and all that, the reel typically reel on the right side. So why would they do
And
that?
those are probably all interchangeable. You could.
These ones, yeah, the spinning reels, yeah.
Yeah, Danny was saying just a minute ago that he was saying that if you've got the bait caster in your left hand where you're reeling with the right, you can do the entire cast motion one-handed.
Do the what motion?
the entire act of casting that rod is one-handed. You don't have to change the rod over. I
How
don't
do
know,
you
that's
do
what he
that?
said.
On
How do
which
you
one?
reel and cast with the same hand? And not
Because
change
you're
rod?
reeling with your left. I get it. What you're saying.
No, he was saying reel with your right, I thought.
No, he's
Well,
saying you cast with your
Oh,
right
lefty.
and
Yeah,
reel
yeah,
with your
yeah.
left.
Wouldn't that be?
I get that, what you're saying, but
Yeah, and
Oh, I
that's
don't know.
just
I don't
like
know.
what I was saying with the spinning reel.
right,
Cast
exactly.
You don't change hands. You just start reeling with your left hand.
Right.
Got it.
Yeah, I don't know. I do what I do.
Hey,
I'm
check
just-
this out. You want to see
I'm
something
not changing
funny?
now.
That's
I'm sorry. I had to laugh
that
about
is
this
funny.
one.
Because he was arguing. Right is right.
Yeah. he was sitting there as we're talking about it. He's like,
Yeah.
Let's see.
So there's one we could take off the right hand part.
yeah. I knew.
There's a lot of people in there saying that they reel with their right hand, though.
So which
Yeah.
one's correct?
Yeah, I reel a bait caster and my Zebco with my right hand. But,
Right.
yeah, my spinners
Reel with your right hand.
are left.
Yep.
I'm sitting.
Me too. Exactly.
Yeah, you know, I think I
Left
do the bait caster with the left hand. I mean, I do the the open face. Left
If you
hand.
got left hand reel ones, yeah. But all mine are 9% of the time the open face or the conventional reels are going to be right hand. You can find left hand, but 9% of the time the right hand.
I can't get into bait casters either. I can't do it. I have a hard time with them.
Pickle, I'm with you on that one too. I bought one bait caster probably 30 years ago and threw it in the trash. I'll use conventional reels like this, but you're not casting this thing. You're dropping it straight down,
Yeah.
or you're trolling with it. So
I got two really nice bait casting rods, but I just don't use them that much. I did use them a couple times, but as of lately, I mean, when I'm in the small creeks or wading or whatever, I'm using a spinning rod.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I wanted to be like the big time TV fisherman back when I was young and bought one of those bait casters and I used it 3 times and threw that sucker right in the trash.
I see a lot of people use them and they look cool,
Oh, yeah.
especially like when we're up in Wisconsin. But I don't see the need. I don't see what it adds to anything that I
There's
do.
a whole lot of theory behind it. Brings the line in straight, so your lure runs straight. Where if you've got a spinning rod, your line might do this, and your lure will run different. I mean, they've got all kinds of excuses to try to say.
If I'm on big
Yeah.
water running like spinner baits or crank baits or buzz baits, yeah, I'll be using a bait casting rod. But if I'm in a little creek or pond or something, no.
Yeah, I mainly use mine for
And
bass.
you get,
I mainly use mine for bass fishing.
right. I mean, if I'm on big water, on big lakes up north, or Wisconsin or Minnesota or stuff like that, but you just got to watch where the wind is. I mean, you can't cast them into the wind. You can't, without a backlash and stuff like that.
Yeah, a lot of issues.
Mhm.
I know up north when we troll, we use bait casters, but because they got a line counter on them. When
Mhm.
you're trolling, you're not casting that out. You're just letting the line out, watching the line counter, putting out what you got to put out.
A couple of those rods that he had on that boat when we were catching the catfish were bait casters. They had line counters on them. And I don't know why. We were only in about 10 feet of water, but
Yeah. It has to do with trolling. You're letting out so much line, then you hook on your, if you got planer boards, because it looks like
we had planer boards on those. Yeah.
You want to know how much line was behind the planer, and then you let out enough line to get the planers out to the side. That's probably why. Those are probably the ones
You're
you use the
picky.
bait counters on.
The math on that stuff, that if you get one of those lures that they troll, like especially the freshwater guys, saltwater guys, I've seen this. I haven't seen people freak out about it like this.
Right.
But the freshwater guys up in like Midwest, Minnesota, that kind of area, then when they're doing trolling on the lake and you have a specific lure that you get for that, they actually have a mathematical formula that you have to run through that's like you have to let out 127 feet of line in order to get this lure to the 12-foot depth, and you have to pay them to tell you like what the thing is. Like they don't just give it to you when you buy the lure. You have
That's
to
what that is.
number
It's
club.
called precision troll. And
Oh, wow.
it's not only just It's based on your speed. It's based on the line diameter that you're using and the lure itself, or weight if you're using a weight. So yeah, I've got Precision Troll on my phone. I paid for a couple for the weights that I use. But yeah, it's a whole, there's guys will have a book like this and open it up. Well, if we're going to go 1.5 miles per hour and we're in 30 foot of water, we've got to put out this much line before we hook on our planer board. And yeah, it's a science almost. And then guys will go out there and drift fish and still catch fish. So who knows?
And then here I am, like I go out there and I just like hook into a little bluegill and just throw that on a hook, chunk it behind the boat.
Right. We were drifting for those cats, and he it showed on his fish finder. He wanted to be half a mile an hour or up to 1 mile an hour. That's what he wanted to be at. Because we started getting a little bit faster than that, so he threw out a sock. It would slow the boat down.
Yeah, that's what we always do.
It was pretty cool to watch. I mean,
we use a drift sock and try to stay between 0.3 and 0.7. It's kind of, for us in this area, was kind of the ideal. Yep, Jitsi divers use a chart. Yep. Oh, they come with the chart. That's cool.
Yeah. All right, Dalai Lama's got a question for everybody. He says, I got a tiny conventional. Physical size is the same as a bait caster. Holds easily twice as much line and has no level line. For people who use conventionals and not bait casters, what is your thoughts? Well, that's one of the reasons why I like I like the outfits that I got, the spinning rods. By conventional, you meaning open face, like what John's got there?
No level one. So as you're rolling it in, your rod hand has to kind of guide the line so that you don't bunch it all up in one spot. But yeah, that's what that is. But I wouldn't use it for
yeah, that's the level one.
Yeah, I wouldn't use it for casting. I would use it for trolling, just letting line out, or dropping straight down, that kind of stuff. This really isn't a castable reel.
Yeah, I've seen people cast those. I don't know how they do it. I can't do it.
No, I wouldn't even try it.
I use them for different purposes. So spinning rods I use for casting just because I can't physically cast anything open face like that. Yeah. That's my main thing. And I'm decent enough with a spinning rod where I don't, and I'm not in an environment where I even need to try doing anything with a bait caster to try to perfect tiny little, targeted casting. That reel that John was just showing, and a lot of the reels that you have, those TODs and stuff like that, so those things are stout. You drop a bait down to the bottom, and you're going to break that rod before you break that reel. You can hook into a big shark, you can hook into a big group or something like that, and you can have full faith that reel will handle it just fine. Now, I would add one thing, though, something that I've seen that those pens, just like that, are notorious for. I love those things. But if you catch a really big fish with them, when you, in the course of that fight, it can actually wind up all of the line on the on that spool and break it. Put too much pressure. Yeah, after you catch a big fish, drop that weight back down to the bottom and release some of the pressure and some of the tension on that thing.
Makes sense.
And the big drawback is all the line might just feed in one spot. So you literally, as you're reeling, have to use your other hand to kind of guide it back and forth so that it guides onto the reel, since there is no guide.
That's insane, Danny. I can't even imagine.
That's because Danny's the man.
He is the man.
Me either. I couldn't do it.
Appreciate that.
I guess if I tried and practiced, but I just have no reason to. I got spinning reels for that. I got the open face like these just to drop down or troll with.
What do you guys say? It is that time. We need to take a look at some pictures.
Let's do it.
We've got a few to go through here. It was a heck of a weekend. So we're going to bring that up. We got a lot of people in the chat here who need to take a look at their pics anyway.
Let's do it.
All right, so this is our photos of the week. It is brought to you by the premier hunting and fishing Discord server. It is the... Is that switching?
Yeah, it says premier.
Frozen.
What did you say, John? Brittany?
It says courtesy of premier.
There it is.
Hey, can you guys hear me okay? I bleeped out for a second there.
Oh, you're good.
All right, sorry about that. Live happens, technical difficulties. All right, this is the photos of the week, courtesy of the Premier Fishing and Hunting Discord server. If you haven't joined it, you need to. There's a link in the description down below. Come and have some fun with us. We enjoy having these conversations with each other. Starting the weekend off right, we got Scully Nation Outdoors in Wild Japan. This is actually from like late last week. We just missed this one. Check out Scully's getting out there on the flounder and everything.
Awesome.
They got some black drum on the bottom too. Is that what that is?
Oh, yeah, I think you got some sheep's head.
Yeah, man.
You bagged out on just about everything they can bag out on.
They went grocery shopping.
Yeah,
Nice,
very
Cole.
Mm-hmm.
Wild Japan. Now, what
Wild
is that?
Japan
top
taking
left
a crack
picture?
at doing some slingshot.
Oh, okay.
Very nice.
He's slingshot, but he's also practicing with the GoPro, getting GoPro shots with the slingshot.
Cool. Very cool.
I like it.
And a little bit more Wild Japan. This is his fishing that he's been doing. He got himself a nice little bass, and let me get a zoom in here. He caught a dragonfly. Fishing.
Ooh, put it on a hook. No, I'm kidding.
Right.
Scully's saying they got a 3-person limit of sheep's head, 3-person flounder, and a 2-person limit of black drum.
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
That is a haul.
I got some remodel done in my bathroom. Yeah. I didn't mean to brag or nothing. I didn't want to put you in your place. Big P getting out on the water, found himself some nice looking fish. No catches, but he got some cool shots of some nice bass out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are bass.
Yeah, that's tempting. Gunpoint Llama, another member of the server, got all kinds of catches out there. I've had more than what we were able to post here.
Man.
Tons of stuff. And then Leach just went out and had some good old times in the water.
Nice just seeing water when drought.
Yeah, exactly. What's up, Farmall?
Farmall.
Let's see, man.
What's up, Farmall? Good to see you, buddy.
Moneybag Yo.
There you
Grant,
go.
this is just for you, buddy.
There you go, Grant.
I like it.
Yeah. Awesome.
Invite me.
Yeah, exactly, right? You just made a lot of friends, Moneybag.
Nice.
Good haul. Good catch. Dark, I saw him in here just a little while ago. Got himself a 30, what was it, a 37?
Oh, my goodness. That's a big one.
37
It
inches
is.
in that pipe?
That's a big one.
Yeah. Very big. Some big old teeth on that one.
It's a
Mhm.
beast. What's up, Surviving Jay? Good to see you, man. Yeah, we got the crew out here. Hi Bye got several catches. A couple of, I think those are snake eyes. Is that
Look
right?
like it.
Ralph got, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is Ralph's first bass, or at least first bass of
Oh,
2023.
nice. That's a nice one.
Yeah, good start. If I'm right about that. If not, he'll let me know. A Happy 007 with a nice yellow spot trevally, and Nick got himself a nice shot of that deer he's got out in the field. Hoping to see that on a plate later.
Yeah.
On a plate.
They look even better then.
Yep. And then we got Macatussin, got a couple of different kinds of carp. I don't know the different kinds.
Gill.
That was like a shiny scale or something in the bottom left corner. I forget the name of it. And then we got Frizzy, Awab, Arwen Head, and Vestuvian. I haven't seen Vestuvian. I think he's been working hard, but everybody getting out and getting themselves some fish.
Yeah, they're nice. Very cool.
Yeah.
One's a perch, right?
Perch, yep.
Yep.
What's that other one by the perch?
It's like a goby.
Goby.
We call
Yep.
them,
A little one.
yeah, I'd call them darters or blennies here.
Mm-hmm.
Gobies up north. They're bad. They don't belong there.
Yeah,
Right.
Vestuvian. He got himself that nice bass, and then he did manage to get out into some saltwater. He got himself a little stingray, too.
Invasive.
Now we're getting into the big boys of the week. Coho salmon. He got himself a couple of good walleye, that little sucker, and this nice trout.
That's nice.
He's a gorgeous fish.
It's like a horsehead sucker, I think they call them.
Those colors, man.
Nice.
That goal is beautiful.
Ooh,
There we go, speckled.
even better. That one's on a cutting board.
Yeah, that's the fish that he caught twice. That's the one that he lost in the jetty.
It's so nice he caught it twice.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. Yum.
Pickle, there he is.
Oh wow.
Damn.
Wow.
This is his salmon trip he was talking about.
That's getting her done right there.
Yeah, it
Holy
is.
cow.
Yeah. There'll be some smoked salmon.
That is meat.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
It's like those-
I think this is the one that I am most envious of all the trips, everything that I've seen, probably recently.
so are we gonna see some video on that pickle?
Yeah. Yeah. Where's the video?
The old stomping grounds, he says.
Yeah, I'm keeping track of this because I do want to. Next time I am anywhere near Maine, I'm
There you
wanting
go.
to get into that.
There you go.
Heck of a haul, man. Keep that coming. I look forward to seeing your video. Then, of course, we got Ben or Karen. Actually, I kind of get the feeling I should recall the channel. Like we go fishing with Karen. She's the one that's
Bro.
bringing it.
He didn't bring any camera gear. Oh,
That is a big flounder. Golly, that flounder looks good.
Yeah, that's a doormat.
Yeah.
It's a big one.
that's a red, right?
Yep.
That's a red, and that's her personal best that they were talking about earlier.
I
That's
think that's the video I watched. I think, right?
no, he just caught this like yesterday. He hadn't even put the video out yet. They're like
They caught a big red. The video I just watched like 2 days ago, they had a big red in it.
Yeah.
That is a
Getting
nice
back
fish,
to
though.
back up there.
Both of them are beautiful fish.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
Yeah.
And that is all of our photos. So we got 2 minutes here. I need everybody to jump on this as quickly as possible. We need to add at least one photo to the 2023 Wall of Fame. As you can see, we got a few on there, but we need a few bit more to finish off the year right. Our options this week are Pickle Outdoors with those Pickle Out Dutes with the salmon. We go fishing, Karen's Big Old Red, and Moneybag Yo with them geese.
Man,
Yeah,
that's a tough one.
I'm surprised you
That's
didn't put the flounder on there.
That's tough.
That was her biggest red. I didn't know which one to go with, honestly.
Flounder would have got my vote, but you know we do a lot of fish. I'm liking that stack of geese down there.
I like every one of them. That's a tough decision right there.
It's a
It
tough
is.
one for me, too.
It is, but I'm calling. Going with my gut. That red was 30 inches. That's a big one.
Yeah.
It is nice.
I'm just I don't know. Just say that's a great picture, a great background and everything with that red.
It is. It is.
You know, one
I feel
thing
like
that
we
needs to
haven't
come
had
into
any-
play.
I don't think
Dude,
we
I
had
gotta-
any waterfowl on the walls.
I mean, I like all three pictures. Sorry, everybody else, but that's the water and the sky and everything. It's just a really, really good picture.
You know what's a
Can't
problem
argue that.
with this one? Something that we got to mention real quick here now that most people have voted. So, if you look at our Wall of Fame here, let's see, we got Karen is on there twice, and Moneybag Yo is on there twice. He's the top left corner. Karen is next to playing hooky on the bottom left corner. Karen and Ben, we go fishing.
Yeah.
So,
How many times
after
Pickle on there?
He's into this.
I see Pickle on there once.
And
Is he
Pickle's
on-
on there too. Pickle's got
I'm surprised he doesn't have more than one.
no. He does.
Great.
He's got that's Sierra on the bottom left corner. That's Pickle.
I was
Oh,
gonna
okay.
say, I thought he had a big crappie picture.
So they're all on there at least twice.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Everybody. These are all back-to-back winners.
But
already.
do you see any waterfowl on there?
One, Mr. Rick in the top middle.
Yeah,
Oh,
top
yeah.
up there. Okay. How many fish do you see?
Yeah, a lot of fish. You're not wrong about
Lots
that.
of fish.
All right, let me add them up here. Let's see what we got. We got 1, 2, 3, 7. We got 7 for Karen, and 4. That's it. And we got 4 for Moneybag. I thought it was a lot closer than that. I thought it was like 7, 7.
I did too, but
I thought it was a lot closer than
sorry, Pickle, nobody liked your salmon, bro.
Man, I put in my vote for the same. Oh, I didn't.
I didn't
that.
see
No, he
There it
says.
is. I forgot to hit send. Mine was for the salmon.
Wild Japan liked the salmon too. All 3 good pictures.
Yeah.
Oh, I liked all of them, but
Yeah.
I mean, what do you do? I mean, that's just a beautiful picture with the water in the sky and everything. So
You know what?
And
I'll
that's-
tell you what we do.
awesome fish.
What we're going to do this week is we're going to add Karen to the list. She is the winner. Ran away with it with 7 votes. So congratulations. That is going to be our fish of the week this week. Going to get added to the board. Ben, keep
Congrats.
doing what you're doing, man.
No doubt.
I'll get participation awards. We're going to do something like that. We're going to have like a re-contest or something to add a few more in for the people
Right.
who got cheated.
Right. All right. So we're over our time, Stanley.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Dragging on. So this is what we're going to do. We need to hold each other accountable for everything that we're going to be doing this weekend, and we can do that in the Discord server. You can join it with the link that we have down below. Want to hear what you're planning on doing, and we will help hold you to that. But as for right now, it is that time. We got to shut her down. So, guys, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. Look forward to hearing everything that everybody has this weekend. Mark, thank you so much for joining us, man. It's a pleasure having you with us.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me, man.
Of course.
Yes.
And all right, I got it going. Have a wonderful week, guys. Enjoy it. We'll talk to you all next Tuesday.
Bye,
We'll
guys.
do this all over again.